What's happening, everybody? Welcome to the pod. It is I, your host, Diehard, am here with you on a great Wednesday evening. Happy to share a new guest with you today for our new featured creator. Talk a little bit about SUPforce first, though. Thank you, everybody, for coming out. Thank you so much. I appreciate every single one of you being here today to help celebrate this great creator. For those of you who are new and haven't heard before, but we are SUPforce. What we are is a multi-platform streaming community. We support you no matter what platform you're on, whether you're on DLive, whether you're on Twitch, whether you're on Mixer, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, even TikTok. Doesn't matter where you're at, we will support you. We are in the process of having our support broadcasts across all platforms. We're going to be working toward getting this podcast on every single platform as well, too. Centered, though, here on DLive. And really happy to bring it all out to you guys. If you haven't had a chance to check us out, you can go to SUPforce.co, SUPforce.ca, SUPforce.info, and read up about us if you'd like. There's a link on that website to join our Discord, or you can just go to discord.gg/SUPforce and sign right up for our Discord server. We're over 520 members strong on our server and looking to get to that Discord partnership, and we are working our way toward it. Our head developer, Panic Code, has gone ahead and coded all of our own bots. We use no bots that are already previously out there, so we're all in-house, and it is so wonderful and so great of a community that, trust me, if you sign up for it, you won't be sorry. We are truly a family. We are not like the other communities out there. We deliver on what we promise. So please make sure you go out there, hit that button, sign up, and join us for this ride. Oh, now that we got that all out of the way, I am so happy to bring you today's guest. She is a wonderful streamer on Twitch, and we are happy to have her as our featured creator for the next 2 weeks. Remember, any support you give her and you boost it in our chat for the next 2 weeks, you get an extra 25% boost. So it is so awesome. She puts out great content, so make sure you check her out. I give to you our featured creator, Shiheartful.
Hi.
And the crowd goes wild. We do the wave and everything for you. How are you today, Shy?
Pretty good. How are you?
Doing good. Really appreciate you taking the time to be with us tonight and let our great community get to know a little bit more about you tonight.
All right.
So, Shy, I want to go ahead and give you the floor for a second. Make sure you tell our viewers out there a little bit something about yourself and how you came to us at SUPforce.
Well, I just found you guys through what's her name? It's hard to say names. Taurus.
Okay, Taurus.
She invited me. Yeah, through Twitter.
Okay.
Because I wanted to find like a better group that actually like supported people. Like lots of like Discords like die out. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like after like a few months.
Yeah,
like
exactly.
No one talks, money, like does anything.
Right.
You know.
And it's so funny that in our Discord too, that there's people that actually complain about getting pinged too much, and you're like, well, that's what we're about, is to be able to get the content out there so people know to, be able to support other people. We try to.
I'd rather have people ping me than like nothing at all.
Right, exactly, because it's nothing worse than it. I mean, what's worse, getting pinged a lot or having no conversations whatsoever out there? So why don't you tell us a little bit about where your name came from?
Well, my name is Cheyenne, and it's spelled with SHIANE, and then I put like heart and then like beautiful because I don't know. I was like 10 when I made it, and I just like stuck with it.
Oh, nice! So
I was like 10.
I was gonna say you've had this for a minute then.
Yeah.
So is it something that somebody said to you, or is it you came up with it on your own?
Yeah, I came up with it by myself.
Sweet.
I just like combined like random words and stuff.
Nice.
Together.
I like it. So, why don't you tell me a little bit about yourself? Like, what do you like to do for fun, Shy, outside of the gaming world? Like, let's just say, God forbid, with all this Corona stuff happening, that they decide to shut everything down, including streaming services, and you're not going to be able to play anything. Mind you, you can go out and do whatever. What do you like to do for fun outside of the gaming world?
I would probably read, or I would probably write. I am a writer.
Okay.
So I like to write books and stuff.
Okay. Do you just do just like regular fiction, or do you do like fan fiction or anything like that?
Like fiction, like science fiction.
Okay. That's sweet.
Like different universes and stuff.
Right. What's your favorite book series? Or do you have a favorite author?
Right now, I've been reading True Blood series.
Oh,
I don't know
okay.
if you yeah, it's a book.
Yep.
It's like 12 books. Yeah.
Nope. I think I read the first 3 when I was watching the series when it was on.
I'm on like book 6.
Okay. Nice.
My mom has the whole set.
Now, did you watch the TV series?
Yeah.
Now, did you like the TV series?
I didn't like the ending.
No,
at all.
The ending was terrible. It kind of seemed like how I feel about the show Dexter, where they just tried to shove everything in the last season to just close the door on it, you know. And they probably could have went for a couple more seasons if they really wanted to stretch it out and actually give it the full attention that they wanted.
Yeah.
No, I enjoyed the True Blood. I actually enjoy a lot of the HBO shows that are out there, but my all-time favorite being The Sopranos. That's one of my top 3 TV shows of all time. So and it's funny, I saw a meme out there where, or actually, I think it was a TikTok actually, where it said, watches one episode of The Sopranos, and it's this young kid in a velour tracksuit with a gold chain hanging, no shirt on underneath, and is like, hey, where's the gabagool? I'm like, yep, that's pretty much how it is. You feel like a mobster after watching, a season of that show. Chef Girl says Pretty Little Liars for the win.
I like their documentaries.
Marina says, I want to read a book written by Shy. That would be so dope.
Oh, it's on Amazon.
Oh, you're You're on Amazon, huh?
Yeah.
Okay, well, if somebody out there has some time right now while we're talking, please look up on Amazon where it's at and put the link out there, because we will definitely pub that out there and get some people to look at that book for sure. For sure. Yep, somebody on that, please. So, Shy, what was your first foray into gaming? Like, what was something that you went out there and you gaming grabbed a hold of you with this game?
I don't know. It was kind of hard because I come through a family of all gamers.
Right.
Like, my mom was a gamer. My aunts were all gamers. So we all had gaming systems in the house.
Okay.
So I started off with PlayStation 1 with all the kid games,
gotcha.
For 6-year-olds, Blue's Clues and stuff.
Right.
And then I got into Digimon, and then Kingdom Hearts was my first video game series that I actually got into.
Okay.
I'd be oh, I want to pre-order this game.
Right. Now, what kind of games was your mom in that she got you into gaming?
Zelda.
Zelda? All right.
Yeah, from Nintendo 64.
Nice.
And I was oh, this looks kind of cool.
So we're talking Ocarina of Time, probably, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I love that game. I played the hell out of that game. I would love to see them come out with a remastered for the Switch with how good the graphics are now. That would be amazing. Because I know they came out with it, I believe, for the 3DS, I thought. I know for one of the portable systems they redid it.
Yeah. I think it was the Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask.
Yeah, it would be amazing if we could get that as a remastered on the Switch, because the one remastered game that I really want, I'm going to have to buy a damn PS4 in order to have it, and that would be Final Fantasy VII, because that's my all-time favorite single-player game that I've ever played. But I'm never going to get it because I thought that they were going to bring that out for Xbox, but they said no. Oh, there it is. Madly put it out there. Way to be, Madly. Madly's got the link out there for Shy's books, so make sure you check that out. Maybe one day soon be on Oprah's book club. So in in reviewing, because I've been to your stream a couple times, and I know that you're a big Kingdom Hearts fan too, because you seem to play that a lot, going through all the games, trying to do all the challenges
Yeah.
and whatnot. What really drew you to the Kingdom Hearts game that made you love it so much that you would play it as much as you do?
I like the RPG style, like how you level up and stuff, and actually like going on quests and unlocking stuff. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like I like that concept, kind of like it in Zelda and stuff. Like you're unlocking the like the way you go into the journey until you get to the end.
Right.
And then you want to unlock everything.
Well, I remember when the first Kingdom Hearts game came out, and it was like, okay, well, we're going to take Final Fantasy VII and we're going to put Disney with it and combine the two. And I was like, I'm sold. Just take my money here.
That was the other thing that I liked about it too, the whole Disney aspect.
Right.
Because when it first came out, I was like 8.
Right.
Disney was like the best thing in the world.
Oh, for sure it was. Still is. And with the addition of Disney Plus now for everybody, it's like, kids finally can go back and watch like some of the really cool stuff and not just worry about the newer stuff like from Pixar. You can actually go and see the classics like Little Mermaid, and things like that. Madly wants to know, where would you like to see Kingdom Hearts go?
I know. I feel like the worlds that they never did was Cars. I would like to see like
Radiator Springs.
Yeah, that'd be like super cool. Or Finding Nemo.
Yeah, both of those would be really cool to do. And then you would think that you could probably, they could dive into probably a lot of Pixar, because you could go with.
Yeah.
Did they ever do Up?
No.
Yeah, so you could do.
And they didn't do Wreck-It Ralph, even though in Kingdom Hearts 3, they
hinted
he's a summoning character.
Right. Yeah, they could totally do the Wreck-It Ralph scene with. Yeah, that would be perfect to do that one. Maybe that's what they're saving it for 4. Let's see. Best boss battle in Kingdom Hearts is what AVX wants to know. He says his is the battle with Sephiroth.
Probably. But I don't know, it's hard to tell what boss is the best. Sorry. My screen went blank.
Oh, you're okay. You're good.
But
Panic, thank you for putting those links out there for Shy stuff. Make sure you're clicking on those links.
Boss it was? I know what boss was the awesomest boss.
Okay.
It was Birth by Sleep, Zigbar. It was when he lost his eye, how he got his eye patch.
Okay.
And it was a whole battle, and it was difficult.
Oh, for sure.
Because he's pinned around in a circle, and he's using a gun while you're using a sword. So it was a disadvantage.
What was probably your the hardest challenge that you had to do out of the ones that you were trying to complete?
The ones that I did so far was the fire keyblade for Sephiroth.
Uh-huh.
The reason why it was so hard because he was fire resistant. So the damage was 4, but he uses fire attack, so it wasn't
Gotcha.
Doing as much damage.
Right. See, yeah. And how did you combat that to be able to complete that one?
Lots of blocking and dodging and flying.
Gotcha.
It's mostly a technique, mostly.
What was your? Do you remember your first game that you streamed? Was it Kingdom Hearts?
I think so.
And when
no, it wasn't. It was Don't Starve, I believe.
Okay.
I had my Twitch for a long time, and then I went to college, and then I couldn't really stream.
Uh-huh.
And then I went to Kingdom Hearts.
So how long have you been streaming for now?
Probably a year and a half now, technically.
Right.
Yeah. I don't count the past because I wasn't really.
Right, you're talking about consistent streaming where it's maybe at least once a week, at the very least. Right. And what do you find is one of the hardest things that you had that when you're streaming?
Maybe like talking mostly.
Yeah.
I get those blank moments where it's like dead.
Well, it's
like not a lot chatters or like.
Yeah, and I think one of the hardest things to do is to, when nobody's talking, is to sit there and talk as well. Like there's people talking. It's a really hard thing to do, especially when you're playing single player games, because you're trying to create content and create conversations and spark something with the chat to go. But I think it's really important to be able to do that, whether you're streaming for 150 people or 2 people, or 0, is just to get that content, because you want to have, when that one person comes in and is like, oh, okay, and they start talking, and then it builds from there, and then you got yourself a whole full-blown conversation going on and discussion with a bunch of people in your chat. But that's really, I think, one of the hardest parts of streaming is being able to carry on that conversation. Because I know for me, when you do it for so long and there's just nothing happening there, but you keep going, you're like, okay, I think I'm going a little crazy here where I'm having conversations with myself. But it's good. It's good to get into that repetition and that flow as well too, because it'll help you out in the long run. Do you have like a favorite moment of streaming that you've had? Whereas like there's a moment that happened where you're like, holy cow, this is awesome. Whether it be a donation, whether it be like all of a sudden you got rated by, a lot of people.
I got rated like when I was doing my puzzle. I got rated by like someone like random. And I'm just like, didn't know this person from SUPforce, nothing, no Discord. And then all of a sudden I got rated with like 50 people and I was like, wow.
Nice. And
it was like out of the blue.
Did they stick around too for a little while for you?
Yeah.
That's good. Because that's one thing that sucks is when you get a raid or you get a host and everything and it's like, oh, it's 50 people, but then like 5 people stick around and it's like, oh man, that could have been like huge. But that's cool that you had a bunch of people stick around for that as well too. Now, have you had a low moment when streaming? Because everybody usually has a high and a low.
Yeah, mostly with like Kingdom Hearts stuff. Mostly, sometimes I get like 1 to 2.
Okay.
But like sometimes it's just like, like certain days or certain like times, like certain
Yeah.
Sometimes it's high, sometimes it's low.
That's
like
awesome.
Not all the time.
Yeah, and it's just something that you got to get through too, though, because it just happens. Jesus, that's the dream of everybody that starts streaming is to make that ninja money, that shroud money. That's our dream. Especially when you don't have a job or anything, and you're like, come on, this would be great if I could just do this all the time for 8 hours a day. Are there any games on the forefront here that you're really looking forward to?
I don't know. I haven't really got interested in any of the games right now, other than Resident Evil, the new one coming out. I was looking through GameStop, like pre-orders and stuff. Actually, also The Last of Us 2.
Okay.
Now those are the only 2.
Are you talking about Resident Evil 2 or the remake of 3 that they're
the remake? Remake of 3.
Okay. I believe 3 would be Nemesis, isn't it? If I remember correctly from my PlayStation 2 days.
I have no idea. I'm new to the series.
Right.
I started with Jacksepticeye, I think. He was playing Resident Evil 7. Okay. I was like, ooh, I like this game.
Right.
I want to know more about it. And then it kind of went backwards.
They don't call me, the dad of SUPforce for nothing because I'm one of the older guys, but I remember having my PlayStation 1, the original PlayStation, and playing the original Resident Evil and walking through the mansion and everything. And when immediately when the game had me is you walk through, and I don't know if you played the remake of this because I'm sure it's the same thing, but you walk through the dining room in Resident Evil 1 and the freaking zombie dogs jump through the window. And I remember playing it at 2:30 in the morning in my living room in my parents' house with all the lights off and everything else. And I literally screamed, and my dad just came running out in his underwear. He was like, What's going on? And I'm like, the fucking dog just jumped out of the window and scared the hell out of me. He's like, Jesus Christ, and went back to bed. But it was just like immediately that series had me at that point. It lost me after 3. And I don't remember playing it religiously like I did through 1, 2, and 3 when it got to 4. But I did get 7. I believe 7 was Biohazard, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I got that one and I played it for a little bit, and that kind of hooked me back in a little bit. But unfortunately, I never finished it because, like how you love Kingdom Hearts, I love Destiny,
Yeah.
and I went back to Destiny at that point because they came out with the new DLC, and I never went back to it. So, Marina wants to know, what is your favorite Zelda character?
I don't know. That's kind of hard to like say. Uh, I think I like the was it the mask guy? He's always mysterious.
Okay.
The from Majora's Mask.
Mm-hmm.
Like he hands out all the masks for
Right.
like that bag. He always seemed mysterious and was like you never knew anything about him at all.
Let's see here. I believe there was something that I saw that. AVX wants to know I forgot to get this one. Who is your favorite character from Kingdom Hearts?
I think I liked Kairi the most, or Leon. Those are and Yuki.
Okay.
Mostly the Final Fantasy characters.
Big Raj wants to know. He says, "I see the Dreamcatcher in the background. Are you Indian or have Indian in your blood?"
My boyfriend does.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
What is your favorite Kingdom Hearts Keyblade form?
That one's also a tough question. I don't know. I kind of liked Axel's Keyblade. It's like the fire Keyblade.
Okay.
But like, if I can go through like Kingdom Hearts 1, it'd probably be like Lady Luck. It was pretty much like a card.
Okay.
Keyblade. And then
go ahead.
And then like Kingdom Hearts 2, like I'd probably go with the ultimate Keyblade. Like the last Keyblade you can unlock.
Mm-hmm.
It was pretty cool.
Okay, first of all, Marina, my kid does not have a kid. If she does, I'm gonna be very upset. So I'm not Grandpa Diehard, for crying out loud. AV says mine is Link. He's my new follower alert. And Rebel says, "Hi, boyfriend Heartful." So you got a shout out for the boyfriend. So you've played through the whole gambit of Kingdom Hearts games. What has been your favorite one of all?
I like Kingdom Hearts 2, to be honest.
Yeah. What were your thoughts of 3 when it came out, though? Were you happy with it, or were you like, well, I really was hoping for more?
Yeah, I was hoping for more. Lots of things like dropped, like in the beginning of the game, like the very beginning. Like Maleficent came in and it was like, oh, we're looking for a box, and then I'm like, okay, and then all of a sudden, like it disappeared. Like they never talked about the box ever again, and I'm like, where did Maleficent go? Like there was no boss fight with her. There was no nothing until like at the very, very, very end of the game, she magically appeared again. And I was just like, oh.
Oh, so
it didn't make sense.
Okay, so I have it and I never finished it or played through it. I think I got through like maybe the first quarter of the game.
My boyfriend says follow him at Joe ORGTOO on YouTube. He has a YouTube channel. He's a YouTuber.
So they never did they actually talk about the box at the very, very end too, or no?
Yeah.
Okay.
And they never like said anything like in the middle of like traveling at all.
So you had a big plot hole with that.
Yeah.
It's just like it was kind of like they started it, and then as the development of the game went around, they were like, "Oh crap, we forgot about this. All right, let's just throw it in at the end."
Yeah.
Gotcha.
That's exactly what happened.
Right. No.
And there was nothing to do at the end. like there's no like secret bosses, no nothing. And I'm just like, I got to the end, I'm just like, oh, now what?
Right, kind of a little bit of a letdown there.
Yeah.
Especially when you're waiting for this for so long and that. Did you play any of the DS games for it?
Yeah, I played the 3DS one and the 358/2 days.
Okay.
Yeah. Even though I was sad that they didn't transfer it over, like they only did the cutscenes for all the DS games, which was kind of like, eh.
Right. Now,
I'd rather play the game
than
than watch all the cutscenes.
Are you going to get and play the new Final Fantasy VII remake?
I'm not sure. I never played any of the Final Fantasy games myself.
You gotta play 7. You gotta play 7. 7 is iconic. Like, I think it's the only PlayStation 1 game that can fetch over $50 if you still have it. Like, they still sell it for $50. It's insane.
That's a lot.
Yeah, for a PlayStation 1 game, yeah, it's insane that it is. It'll probably end up going down because of with the new one coming out and that, but at least it's something that, if you have it sealed in the box still, which I doubt who would. Because I remember that game was 3 discs. So in the middle of the game, you would have to change the disc every single time when you got to a certain point. And then you'd have to go back into another world where you have to change the disc back too. So, Rebel says I've only ever played 10. Well, then you're missing out if you've never played 7. Rebel wants to know, what animal, if you could be any animal in the world, what would you be and why?
I would probably be a fox. Okay. Like they're like sneaky and like, I don't know.
The end of
it's kind of hard.
Yeah, no, I get it.
I like foxes myself. I'd rather have like a pet fox.
Nice. So is there are there, other than, what was it they were saying, other than True Blood, do you have like some favorite TV shows or anything that you watch?
Right now, like I've been watching a lot of anime.
Okay.
Like binge watching anime.
What's your top 5 anime?
I like Chiguchara, Naruto. I would have to say that one, Promised Neverland, was probably on my top at the moment. It's new. It's very new. It came out last year. And probably another.
Now, are there any anime games that you would play or that you'd like to play?
I wanted to play Danganronpa, like just to try it out.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like a murder mystery.
Okay.
And you actually are in the game.
All right. Jay Banda says they breed domestic foxes that you can actually buy.
I think it's illegal in Connecticut. Lots of things are illegal in Connecticut.
It's only illegal if they catch you. Let's see. Jake says he would be a wolf. And yeah, Rabble, that is a new one. That we asked that. He always asks that question and puts that in for every guest of SUPforce Live. And we hear penguin, we'll hear wolf, we'll hear things like that. But we've never had fox, which is interesting. Very interesting. Jerry says her son likes Naruto. Let's see here.
I have manga. I think 1 through 17. I think.
Okay.
Of Naruto.
And
that was another anime I liked. Well, it wasn't. I didn't like the anime. I liked the manga better. It was Dead Man's Wonderland. It was like an Adult Swim.
Okay. Now, is your boyfriend controlling your chat in DLive? Because I see your name coming up saying my boyfriend lives in Bleach.
Yeah.
No, I've watched Bleach. A few episodes of that. It was definitely interesting. But like I go to Ninja Scroll, Ghost of the Shell, Akira, the classics like that.
Yeah.
I haven't really watched any of the new stuff or anything like that. Uh,
I like Studio Ghibli. He's my favorite.
okay.
Like Spirited Away, Howl's Moving Castle.
Hmm.
He's like movie maker though, not really anime, but like
Right.
movies.
Right. Well, Banda, I am super old school. Okay, this is Ninja Scroll super old school. I am old school. I have, I listen. I have learned that I am starting to become an old man because I'm. People bring up like music now and everything. I'm like, that's not music, and I caught myself saying, not purposely, or I mean, not trying to be ironic, but going, well, back in my day we did, and I'm like, oh crap, I've become the old guy. I just become the old guy because I used it. Okay, well, AV wants to know favorite Bleach character from your boyfriend.
Oh boy. He's thinking.
And AV wants to know from you, Shy, what your favorite Naruto character is.
um, I know I haven't watched Naruto like forever. I know. What was the guy? The guy that controls all the bugs. Shino. Isn't it Shino? I liked him. He was pretty cool. He was like always wearing sunglasses and always shady. I'm like, he seems like an interesting character.
Madly says, "'Tis me requesting you play Danganronpa." And AV says, "Bugman is Shino."
Yeah, I got it.
He has an afro, is what AV says. And Bandit says he's not big into anime, but he loves the Dragon Ball series.
I used to play the, what was it, Dragon Ball Z, the iPhone game. It was like the card game, and I was so addicted to it.
Gotcha.
It was like weird. You would level up your cards, and then they would like transform into like better forms, and then.
Okay. DBZ is boring. I like the abridged series, though. That's what AV says. So let me ask you this: what is your let's say top 5 movies that you like of all time? They don't have to be anime. It could be any movies that you like.
I pretty much like all Disney movies.
Okay. Well, okay.
I like Aladdin.
Let's go top 5 Disney movies then.
All right.
And they don't have to be just Pixar or anything else. It could be anything from the catalog.
I liked Aladdin. Let's see. Toy Story. I think Toy Story 2 is probably my favorite one.
Okay.
Cars. Trying to think. Oh, Lion King 1.5 was my favorite.
Really?
Yeah. I had that on DVD.
You don't really hear many people say Lion King 1.5.
It was Timon and Pumbaa's side of the story, and it was kind of like entertaining.
Well, I don't know. I know we're kind of jumping away from your top 5, but I really enjoyed the live action remake they did of it. I think it stayed pretty true with real animals and that. And I don't think it was. So far, I've liked that one, and I liked Aladdin too. That when they redid that, I was very, very skeptical of how Will Smith was going to be as the genie, but I liked what he did and how he did it on his own. He paid homage to Robin Williams, but he still did his own thing with it, which I really liked.
I like from Aladdin. I like all the music from Aladdin.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, like all like the what is it? Like the sound scores and stuff.
Oh yeah,
scores, like all the instruments, everything.
I would probably say my top 3 with like music, like from top to bottom, would be Little Mermaid, Lion King, and Aladdin. Those are my 3 that I liked all the music that they did in them. Then let's see here. Oh, continue on with your top 5 Disney movies. So we said Lion King 1.5, What did you say before that?
Aladdin.
Okay.
And then Toy Story 2.
Right.
I like Monsters Inc. That's also another favorite.
Mm-hmm.
Probably Wreck-It Ralph.
Okay.
I'd watch that movie over and over. Those are the ones I'd probably watch over and over again.
Do you watch them both
Like
or
the way
just
I
the
do.
first one?
Which one?
No, I'm saying.
Wreck-It Ralph?
Yeah. Do you watch just the first one, or do you watch Breaks the Internet as well?
I probably watched the first one. I wasn't a fan of the second one as much.
Okay.
I felt like it was a lot of like advertisement.
Gotcha.
Like in psychology, like they believe that if you see something like for a second, you'll think about it.
Mm-hmm.
Like in the movie, they said like, I don't know, something like eBay or something, or Eats, whatever.
Right.
That sounds like eBay, and then you'd be like, oh, I'm gonna go click on eBay.
Right. For sure. Yeah, I could totally.
Even though you're not thinking about it, you're like, oh, let's buy something from eBay instead of Amazon or something.
No, I could, like I said, I could totally see that, and yeah, for sure. Yeah, I would have to say my top 5 Disney movies would be Little Mermaid is my favorite princess movie ever. Love that movie. Lilo and Stitch, of course, Mrs. Rabble, because that is like that's my daughter's like favorite movie when she was a baby into a toddler. You know, she would walk around with her little Stitch doll and be like, Stitch, Stitch, and just she had her own little recliner with a Winnie the Pooh blanket, and then my aunt and uncle bought her a little end table to have, which was basically like a step stool, right next to it. So she would just sit there and put her sippy cup there, and she would just sit back and just watch the movie. And I even got her a Scrumpf doll, so she had that with her all the time as well. So I love that one. I love Monsters, Inc. That was another one because Boo was her favorite, so I watched it a ton. I would also have to say The Lion King, the first Lion King, and Aladdin. Those would be my top 5. I like pretty much all Disney movies. You know, there's not really. I wasn't a big fan of Mulan. I didn't like that one that much, and I think
I like Mulan.
I
want to see the new one,
but they don't have the dragon in it. How do you not have Mushu in that movie in some form? I don't get that. How you don't have it? You could easily get if they would have had Mushu and had Eddie Murphy do the voice. I guarantee you that movie would like just soar. And now it's just kind of like, We'll see.
I think the reason why they didn't do it was because they got hit so many times. Like, oh, are you doing the same exact movie, like word by word, line by line? You know what I mean? Like remaking it. Why don't you actually like remake it, like a new idea or a new design? You know, because they did Aladdin, they did Lion King, and Cinderella.
So the boyfriend says Disney movies is the only thing I get to watch at home. She only watches kid movies. Rabble says dinosaur. Where are my peeps at? Cherry says Ariel is the best ever. Madly goes, psh, Sleeping Beauty is the best. Land Before Time. Hell yeah, Big Raj. Littlefoot. I love Littlefoot. Yup, yup, yup. I always say yup, yup, yup from that movie. The movie I liked that she made me watch was Big Hero 6. Yes, Big Hero 6 was an awesome movie.
That was a good movie, too.
Baymax is
I watched
awesome.
a little bit of the TV show. A little bit. It's only on Disney+. It's a Disney Plus exclusive. It was only 2 episodes or 3 episodes when I watched it, I think. Because it was a continuous, every week.
Oh my God, Angry Cherry. Angry Cherry says, I told my mom at 5 to sew my legs together, dye my hair red, give me a clamshell bra to grow into, and throw me into the Columbia River. I was going to swim to live with the mermaids. That's a little extreme there, Cherry. Let's see, because because it's the real version of Mulan, not our Western. Yeah, I get it, Madly, but it's still Disney, you know. If they wanted to do that, then They should have did that with all of them. You know. Let's see. Kids Love Night Before
Was that
Time.
movie Disney? Robots? I don't know. If you
No,
saw
Robots was not. I did see that was with
Oh,
Robin Williams and Ewan McGregor.
yeah.
Yes, I remember that movie.
What company made that movie?
I think that was DreamWorks. Animated movie. It is Blue Sky Studios. So that's 20th Century Fox that did that. So it's basically Fox's stuff.
People that made Ice Age, pretty much.
Yeah. Because they did that. Let's see. Where are the featured films? Okay, yeah, they did Ice Age, Robots, all the Ice Ages. They did The Horton Hears a Who. They did Rio, Epic, the Peanuts movie, Ferdinand, and the recent Spy in Disguise with Will Smith.
I watched that movie in theaters. It was pretty good.
Was it?
Yeah.
Okay.
I liked it.
I wanted to see it because it did look good.
For some reason, like, it wasn't targeted to kids as much, I'd say. Like, there's lots of, like, subliminal messages for, like, adults. Like, more than, like, the kids, you know?
Well, I think they've done that with a lot of the movies nowadays too, though. They still, try to keep stuff in there for the kids, but I think they do that so they can get more adults to want to go see it.
I ended up like laughing too much in the movie, and like the kids in the back were even laughing at the parts I was laughing at, and I'm like, this is sad.
Right.
Am I this old?
No, I've had that. I think my low moment of going to the movies was I went and saw the original Pokemon movie in theaters by myself. And I was just like, oh, that's terrible. I really shouldn't be here, but I don't care. I want to see this movie. And I remember when Toy Story 2 came out in the movies, I went and did a double feature where they did the first movie, and then you had
I went to that one.
Yeah, you had like a 15 or 20 minute intermission, and then you watched the second one. So, floopy nerd. Yeah, well, okay. I don't care. It was fun.
The only movie, like the recent movie that I watched that I didn't like that much was 1917.
Okay, you didn't like it?
Yeah, I didn't.
Why is that?
I gave it like a 6.
Really?
It was a World War, like, what was it, World War II movie?
Yeah.
Like, the trailer, like, made it seem like it was focused on the main character. You know what I mean? Like,
right.
Oh, you think this is the main character, and then, like, it's not the main character.
Ah, I got you.
Like, they built him up, and then don't build up the actual main character. And then he dies at, like, 10 minutes into the movie. And then we're, like, stuck with, like, the main character we have no idea about, nothing, like, no backstory, and I'm just, like, lost.
Right. They both said, both Ingrid Cherry and your boyfriend said, no, it was World War I. And he said he loved the movie. And Cherry said she loved it, too. Well, I know that she's wrong. It was amazing, your boyfriend says. I know it got, a lot of acclaim, and it won Golden Globes in that too, so I was kind of excited to watch it.
It was good dial. It was like good at some points, like like I'm like I did film in like school, so I'm like I like the camera angles, I like the photography, I liked the lighting.
Right.
It was like spot on,
Yeah.
Like the time era was spot on. It was just like the script, like
gotcha.
Dialogue, like build needed work.
Yeah, I could see that. And I know, like, well, we were at a softball tournament for my daughter when she was young. It was probably about, this is when Dunkirk came along. And she really wanted to see it because Harry Styles was in the movie. So she had to go see that, even though Harry Styles was in it for like 10 minutes and that was it out of a 3-hour movie. And she was like, okay, this is a waste of my time. And I was like, I told you it's going to be. It's a war movie. You're not going to want to sit through 3 hours of a Christopher Nolan movie and just to see 10 minutes of this guy. And of course, the 10 minutes wasn't until toward like the last third of the movie it was in. Hold on here. Let's see. We got... I think you already answered this, but we'll say it again just because I don't think Wolf heard you. It said, "What is your most memorable streaming moment, either support wise or while you were streaming?"
I can say a different one if you want me to.
Sure.
It was like when I was playing Modern Warfare, and then I got streamed by, like, hosted by SUPforce, and it was like 20 people, and I was kind of surprised
Right.
because I was like, I had like a view, and I was like, all right, maybe I stopped streaming for today, and then all of a sudden, like, the raid came, and I was like, oh.
Well, that's what happened to me on Monday. I think it was Monday. Yeah, Monday night. We stopped playing golf and went to the Minecraft realm, and I was about to get off for the night at like about 1:30, 2 o'clock, and then all of a sudden it came up in my chat that you're being featured on the Front D Live page, and all of a sudden my viewer count shot up to 52, and I was like, all right, well, I guess I'm going for longer now. So that ended up turning into 4 o'clock in the morning is when I ended that stream. Thank God I'm not working right now for that reason. Otherwise, that wouldn't have been good for the work in the next day. Let's see. We got makeup. Marina says, "Shy, how do you feel about Dutch angles in horror movies?"
I know, like, I'm a horror fan. I'm just like not liking the horror system at the moment. Like, the only ones I like is The Quiet Place, like that series.
Yeah.
Because they actually use like good camera angles, they use sound, they use different elements, other than like cheap, like, oh, he's behind you, or
Right.
you know,
just cheap jump scares.
Yeah.
I mean, I thought A Quiet Place was awesome, and I was so excited to see A Quiet Place too. But I know that they pushed it till September, I believe now. Because of Corona, which everybody's postponing their releases, obviously, for all this. It's going to be interesting to see how it affects all the movie releases. Like, are we going to just have one stacked on top of each other, or is everything going to get shift back, like a month or two? Has Shy seen 13 Hours, The Secret Soldiers of Benghazi?
No.
Okay. That's John Krasinski, I believe, is in that one too. So, I've wanted to see that. I haven't seen that one yet, but I wanted to see that one too. Absolutely great. She's not the best at Modern Warfare. We played yesterday, and I owned her. LOL. I normally do 30 to 8 or 25 to 7. Well, how does it feel to beat up on a girl, huh? How's that feel?
We were playing 1v1 on, like, what was it, the docks?
Right. He's made you start watching all the Transformer movies?
Yeah.
I mean, realistically, after the second one, you really don't need to watch any of the other ones. They're terrible. I still watched them, but the only one I haven't watched yet is I haven't watched Bumblebee. I didn't watch that one yet. And Angry Cherry says about the 13 Soldiers, must watch, all in caps with like 10 exclamation points afterwards. Mrs. Rebel wants to know, do you play Halo?
I used to.
Yeah.
Like, I used to have like an Xbox. I used to play it on Xbox 360.
Right.
I don't do it anymore. I don't play it anymore. I used to do like co-op, like story.
I want to circle back to you being a horror fan in that. I want to know your opinion on this. What did you think of I haven't watched Chapter 2, but what did you think of the It movies?
I liked It number 1 more than number 2.
Okay.
I feel like it was more like storytelling than horror. You know what I mean?
Right.
It, like, goes after kids mostly, But like, I feel like that, like, It Chapter 2 was kind of hard anyway, like, to make into a movie, because it's 1,000 pages. Like, my mom has the book, and I was like, oh, I'm gonna read the book, and I'm like, oh my gosh, it's like 1,000 pages.
Right.
It's hard to like put that all in like 100 pages,
Right.
A script is like 120 pages, and it's like every page is supposed to be a minute, and
Right. So,
approximately.
so your boyfriend says no Xbox is allowed in this house. PlayStation for life. And Angry Cherry goes, time for a new boyfriend. LOL, JK.
What was it? During my PlayStation 3 era, I used to go play Xbox 360. That's what I used to play all the time.
Okay.
Yeah.
Flooply wants to know, what's your book about?
Oh. Well, it's about a different world with superpowers, like our normal, like everyone has superpowers. And like this one girl just doesn't have superpowers. And she doesn't remember anything about herself.
Right.
And like she has to save the world, from like all these creatures that invaded.
Okay.
So yeah. It's like my books are complicated. I kind of made this kind of difficult, but like it's a 3-part like series.
Okay. So
like
we only have part 1 out right now?
Yeah.
Okay.
The first book is one character, then the second book's the second character. It's the same timeline, but it's different point of views.
Okay.
It's different, like it's kind of, like it's totally different.
All right.
Yeah.
Who I think it was Madly that found it. Make sure Madly you put that link back out there too for her book so we can get that. I would
It's pretty short. It's a novella.
Okay.
If you know, the novella is like less than 150 pages. It's like a 138.
Gotcha. So I want to circle back to something here real quick for you too, because you talked about how you're really into like sci-fi horror and that. I want to know if you've seen my very favorite sci-fi horror movie ever. Have you ever seen Event Horizon?
No.
That has to be on your list. Okay, that you have to see that movie. That is like one of my all-time. That's like I said, it's my all-time favorite sci-fi horror film. I feel it's right up there with like Alien and Aliens. Those are two of my favorites. After that, I'm like, eh. But those two, and Event Horizon is just right there, where they found a ship that they devised a way to basically, I think it's fold time in half so they can pass through, but they miscalculated and it opened a gateway to hell, and they brought stuff back that they shouldn't. So it was, and it's got like Lawrence Fishburne's in it. There's a couple of other like big name characters or big name actors in it. Panic, seen it, don't remember, due for a rewatch. Absolutely it is. Miss Rebel wants to say, have you watched Orphan? LOL. Orphan was terrible.
It was kind of weird.
that was a letdown. That movie was a letdown to me.
What was it? I watched the whole like Annabelle series. I like that one.
The whole thing with The Conjuring, the whole storyline, all of it. I have not. I saw The Conjuring, and that was it. I haven't watched the rest of them. I need to see the whole series. Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. Like lots of people like didn't think that was connected, but it is.
Right.
They cut out like a scene from the end of the movie.
Okay.
Like, you want to put this dress like in like a safe box, you know what I mean? Like if you watch the Annabelle, they have the whole room where they like where they keep all the stuff, like blessed and everything. And if you watch that movie, it's like in the corner of the room.
Okay.
Yeah. But they cut that at the end because there's too much, like, they were running over time.
Gotcha. Well, I really liked the Paranormal series up to 3. After 3, I didn't care for it, but I liked 1 and 2, especially 2, having an Xbox 360 and having the Kinect when they did the whole thing where they turned on the night vision and you saw all the lines that were out there from the infrared from the Kinect, and then you just saw stuff moving. And I saw my wife like, come on, let's turn off all the lights and let's turn on night vision. Let's see it. She's like, no, fuck you. We're not doing that. But I think the third one was even scarier when they were little kids, because I know my cousin's little daughter would talk to somebody in her room, and we were just like, what? And this is around the time that came out. And it's just like, oh, it's my friend. We're like, what the hell are you talking about? It's like, no, 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 no. Burn the house down. Move. Get out of there. You don't want to stay there with that. But I think to enjoy those movies, though, you have to kind of believe in that a little bit, though, too.
Yeah.
And I like when a movie like that really pulls me in, I'll allow myself to just sit there and just be immersed into it. You know, it's very easy for a horror movie to make me just go, all right, I'm bored. This is dumb, you know. But those movies, for some reason, seeing them in the theater, I just like sunk in my chair and I was just like enthralled in it, just to see what was going to happen next.
In like screen class, like they teach you like you have to set the mood in the first like 10 minutes. Like you have to make you believe what's going on. So like if it's a Disney movie, you know it's fantasy, you know.
Right.
Like they set the mood. They're like, oh, like in Frozen, she does magic.
Right.
It's like the mood that she, you know, this dimension has magic.
Right.
Like you don't want to be like, oh, an hour into the movie she uses like ice magic, and you're like, what? Like where did this come from? And then you're like not immersed anymore.
No, for sure.
Yeah.
Back. Question: horror games, lethal, Resident Evil, or non-lethal Outlast? What's your preference?
I don't know. I think lethal. Like I want to have like power over them. Be like, you don't scare me.
Right.
Like I have, you know, Outlast. Like I watch. Like I rather watch people play it.
Right.
It's too scary. It's scary. You know.
Okay.
So there's like something behind you or something, and you can't really do anything but like run. You know.
Right. Rebel says Zombievers? Question mark. I think that's one of those B movies. So I got a question for you for myself, and this is actually a first question on this podcast. I've never asked this of anybody. What is your guilty pleasure? Like, meaning like there's something that you do or something that you enjoy that you're like, people don't need to know about this, that I like doing this.
Surprise, motherfucker.
Probably singing.
Yeah?
Yeah. I used to do singing on YouTube.
Okay.
Yeah.
Ever think about doing the Twitch sings on a stream?
Yeah. Like I used to have like groups of people like do like singing and stuff. If you know like K-pop.
Yeah.
Like like singing covers and stuff.
So what you should do is on your Twitch channel, do your channel points and like 100K or something ridiculous amount that they turn those in, and then you have to do a Twitch sings stream.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Big Raj says, wedding plans? Question: cupcakes or cake? What type of cake and frosting?
I know. That's like a hard decision. I want like a video game cake.
Oh yeah?
Something, yeah. Some type of like cool design. Because I like watching like Cake Wars and like cake stuff.
Right. Oh,
so I want like
that's a guilty pleasure for me to watch those shows. Like especially now with no sports on or anything for me, like I catch myself watching stuff like that, like watching Cake Wars, or I used to watch Cupcake Wars a lot and see like those and see what people do. Flooply wants to know, can you sing right now? I don't think she's going to sing right now. Rabble says bone in or bone out wings.
I don't know. That's like a difficult question. Either or.
Your boyfriend says she likes the legs.
Drum leg. We had wings. I didn't like them as much. I just didn't like the flavor of the wings.
Gotcha.
I had pizza and honey barbecue.
Okay.
Like the wings were good, but I'm just like I didn't like the honey barbecue flavor.
Gotcha. Yeah, see, for me, I'm garlic parm or like spicy garlic if we're talking like B-dubs, but pretty much where I go, I'll get like garlic parmesan if they have it. My stomach can't handle anything real spicy. It's not that I wouldn't like it, it's just my stomach won't like it, and that'll be bad for me. I won't be able to take it. Rebel, I'm asking the hard ones tonight, y'all. Let's see. Cherry says giant NES controller for your cake. Yeah, get the actual joystick one with the big huge buttons. I had that controller for the NES. Oh my God, have you seen Nailed It? Is what Madley's asking. I have not watched Nailed It. I've seen it, but I've never watched that show.
Yes, I was like thinking, I'm like, that name sounds familiar. I'm like, yes.
At first, I saw it and I was like, "What the hell horror movie was that?" And then I'm like, "No, we're talking about Cupcake Wars and all that."
It was like funny. It's like people that don't know how to cook at all. They're like,
right.
Look, I burnt like my very first cake. I'm like, oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Had to burn cake.
Right. Mr. Rebel says, "Do you like buffalo chicken pizza?"
I don't know. I think so. I haven't like not on my favorite list, but like
right.
I'd try it, once in a while.
I had it. There's a place in one of the towns out here that has a phenomenal buffalo chicken pizza. They put ranch on it, everything, and it's really, really good. Really good. Boyfriend says, I was thinking of a zombie and cod cake with us at the top with us shooting zombies and other players. That'd be a pretty cool cake. That'd be a really cool cake, actually. That or chicken bacon ranch pizza. Yeah, those are both good, Brose. Those are both good. The disasters that happened on Nailed It are hilarious. Yeah, I would have to watch that one.
But I always think the challenge too is so hard. It's just like, oh, make this like small little thing, and then all of a sudden it's like the best best person in the whole entire world that made like the most awesome cake, and they're like, copy that. I'm like, how are they supposed to copy that?
Well,
like you need like a pizza talk out of like cake or something. I'm just like, that's like.
I watched I think this weekend. I think it was Sunday actually. We watched Chopped Sweets. I'd seen Chopped before, but I didn't see them do a dessert one, and that was interesting watching them, do that and trying to pick the winner. And that's it's so funny because now it's like I said, no sports on. Like for me, like no March Madness for me is killing me right now because that's all I would be watching, for the next 4 weeks. But it's gone, of course. But it's watching shows like that now and seeing them. Mrs. Rabble wants to know, do you want a big wedding or small?
Big wedding.
Yeah.
Yeah.
200 plus people?
Yeah. You only like live it once,
Right. Do you have a big family?
Yeah.
How many brothers and sisters do you have?
That's like a difficult question. I'll say like 3.
Okay. That's fine. And the boyfriend side has a huge family?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he also has
3. Plus you get to that point. You get to that point too, and then you start going, okay, well, who do we not include? And you're like, okay, well, I guess we're gonna have to have a big wedding because of all the people you have to invite.
I feel like once the list comes out, they're like, oh, that's a lot of people. I don't even know, like, that's how many people were in my family.
Yeah.
You don't really count. You're like, oh, let's invite this person, and then all of a sudden you're like, wow, we have like 200 plus people.
Well, we did my daughter's graduation party at a hall, so we had to give them a total number of people, and we were writing it out, and it like got to, I think we were like at 125 people. And that's just for a damn graduation party. That's not even a wedding. So it's just like, oh my God, I can't imagine what it's going to be like when she gets married and have to get a guest list together for that. Because then you have, 2 sets of families, and it's just like, oh my God, you got my wife's side, my side, and then you got my ex's side, and then her husband's side, and it's all of her friends, people throughout the year. So I'm like thinking in my head going, oh my God, it's going to be like 300 plus people when it gets all said and done. Madly wants to know what your favorite food is.
Popcorn, definitely. 100%.
Yeah.
Popcorn.
Do you have a specific popcorn that you really like? Like, what's your go-to popcorn?
I know, like, I've been like popping like regular popcorn, just like popcorn kernels.
Okay.
and doing like adding my own salt and butter.
Okay, so are they like Orville Redenbacher? Like you get them in the jar of all the kernels and you'll pop it yourself?
Yeah.
Okay, so you don't do microwave popcorn at all. You hand pop it.
No.
Nice.
Yeah. And the butter's unsalted.
Okay. Chopped is dope, or beat Bobby Flay. Chop Kids is so cute. Okay, we got so fun to watch people, but I don't like the host. For real, it's like people that don't know how to cook it all and they give them this huge cake to make. AVX Nation says, I can set up lights and sound and I got it all for your wedding. Cherry says, Worst Cooks in America is awesome. That's what I do. Madly says, so SUPforce is invited, right?
Yeah.
So SUPforce wedding. If you need a DJ, I know one. Diehard. Well, I know a few. I went to school for broadcasting, and I actually was an intern on a top 40 station here in Detroit back in like 1999, 2000, 2001. So that's why she said that. Yep. Rebel says courthouse and a big party, much easier. And your boyfriend says she never knew how to cook popcorn. I had to teach her.
I did use microwaves in college.
Nice. We don't own
like
a microwave. Yeah, he says you don't own a microwave. Anything we eat is cooked on the stove. Toaster oven?
Yeah.
Nope, just an oven.
Not even a toaster.
Let's see. Okay. Rabble Rods. Whoa. DJ Rabs. I'll play you the biggest hits with all the 12-year-olds because he DJs at the roller rink. He's the funniest too. He tells stories about how they'll come up to him and ask him for a song, and he's like, "Does it suck? Nope. You're not getting it." Chef Girl says Lego Masters is a goal of mine to be on. That would be interesting to see somebody that we know on Lego Masters. And let's see. I think that's pretty much it. Does anybody else have any more questions for Shy at all? Please put them out there and we will talk.
Oh yeah.
Oh, you guys plan on getting married next year? That's what he put in the chat. I guess. You're like, news to me.
Whole money situation. Planning.
Flooply wants to know, what is your least favorite food?
Beans.
Beans?
Yeah.
Okay. Like any kind of beans, or is it like
any kind of beans and hot dogs?
So you don't like you would say you don't like green beans at all?
Yeah, I do.
Okay, you like
just
green
not
beans.
like brown like
okay, like baked beans or chili beans or stuff like that. Gotcha. Is it the texture of it? Is that the problem?
I think so. I just don't like them. I'm like,
see, I'm really weird with food because I don't like onions other than on White Castle or sliced really thin and put into soup where it like almost dissolves. Like I can't take like a slice of onion or eat onion rings. I just don't like it. I don't like mushrooms at all. And green peppers I like raw, but I don't like them cooked. And then conversely, broccoli and cauliflower I like cooked but don't like them raw. So as I said, I'm really weird about food with stuff like that. Rabble's family hates beans too. Flooply, thank you. I'm glad you're on team weird food like I am, where I like them certain ways. Okay, Shy. Well, I really appreciate you coming on the pod with me. I'm going to give you a chance here you can talk to the audience, say some parting words and whatnot, and yeah, just go ahead and give your final thoughts.
I don't know. I had fun with the stream, you know,
good.
The podcast and stuff.
Good. I'm glad you did. It was great to have you on here. I think everybody got to know a little bit more about you. I didn't know that you're such a horror fan and that you actually are an author, that we will make sure that people are gonna buy your book and read it and give reviews. So anybody who, I'm going to tell you this.
I'm almost done with the second book.
I'm going to tell you this right now. Anybody out there who reads her book, I'm going to do this right now. I'm going to say this right now for real, is anybody who reads her book, and I want you to give a, like, sort of a book report to Shy, and she says, yes, this person actually read the book, then I will give you 3,000 experience points bonus. So first person to do it, first person to get the book, actually read it, all the pages, and give her a book report on it, I will give you 3,000 reward points, and she will let me know when that's done. So whoever does it, no, it does not count for you because you're not in support force, boyfriend. So yeah, do we need an author role? I guess we might, Rabble. We might need an author role now. So make sure somebody, Madly, if you can, put the link back out there in the chat right now. And let's make sure we get it out there. And like I said, the first support force person to read it front to back and give Shy a book report on it and actually talk about it and know what you're talking about. And she tells me this person was the first person, you will get 3,000 bonus experience points. Okay? There, Madly put the link out there. Make sure you click on it and go and check out her stuff. Also, if we can, put the links back out there for all of her content, for her Clutch, her Insta, and her Twitch. I don't know. Yeah, you have, and her Twitter. And do you have YouTube yourself?
Yeah.
Okay, and her YouTube. If somebody could put all those links out there, that would be awesome. Make sure you support her on everything that she has out there. Please, please, please. She's an amazing creator. Please, please,
I do have another channel too. YouTube. Lovely Heart Lyrics, even though it doesn't sound like me.
Okay. Can the boyfriend put that link out there?
Wouldn't let me post for some reason. Let's see.
Yeah, you should be able to post links in the chat. Everybody's allowed to.
Oh, there we go. It didn't work the first time. Weird.
There you go. All right. There's her YouTube channel. So make sure you guys support her on everything. Remember, Support Force members, you get an extra 25% boost for supporting her on all of her platforms, no matter what you do, because she is the feature creator for the next 2 weeks. So make sure you get out there, show her that Support Force love, show her what we're all about, and show the world what Support Force is all about. Please. You guys are awesome. Shy, you're awesome. Thank you so much again for being with me tonight. I really, really appreciate it. Remember, everybody, that happiness is a state of mind, peace, love, and financial security to all. If you're going to have sex, wear a condom. Help control the pet population of your pet spayed or neutered. And remember, as always, stay blessed. Have a great night, everybody.
Bye.
Awesome, awesome job, Shy. Shy, you did an awesome job.
I felt like I was quiet.
No, you weren't quiet at all. You were fine. You were great, trust me. Like I said, I didn't know you were an author. I didn't know you were so much of a horror buff or a Disney fan, you know. So it's just that stuff like that everybody gets to know. And it's amazing. And that's the purpose of these, too. You had, you know, like I think we had up to 36, 37 people watching. That's more people to go out and check out your content, too. So I really appreciate all your time and everything to be on here. It honestly means a lot to me. It means a lot to the entire Support Force community, but it means a lot to me that you put yourself out there like that.
Yeah. I'd say I was nervous a bit.
What's that?
I say I was like nervous a bit.
Believe me, everybody's nervous. Everybody who comes on says that they're nervous. They're nervous. But trust me, like I said, it's just a conversation that we're having. That's it.
Yeah.
As I said, I feel it's a lot looser in that, and people tend not to be as nervous when it's just like a conversation rather than saying, okay, we're going to ask this question, then we're going to ask this question, we're going to ask this question.
Yeah. What was it? I had like 2 YouTube channels. That's why I posted another one.
Gotcha.
I had Lovely Heart Lyrics. I just do like lyric videos.
Okay.
Yeah. And I recently just got to 1,000 subs.
Oh, yeah. Well, you make sure that if you have them both out there, pump them both. And make sure, make sure you're taking full advantage of your feature creator role, too. Just post stuff out there. Even if you're not going to stream, post your lyric YouTube out there. Post everything so it goes out to everybody. You know? That's the whole point of you being a feature creator, is to get messages out there and get people to follow your content for these 2 weeks. Because your messages go into all chats, so everybody will see them. Hold on 1 second. This episode was brought to you by SUPforce. Remember,